Kids and cadets, welcome back to Tommy Time. Appreciate you coming out. It's summertime here in Southwest Florida. I'm working on a machine that I picked up in a group of 3. I had 3 for 30. This happens to be an '03 Troy-Bilt, the Tuff-Cut 210. It's got a 21-inch blade, 675 Briggs & Stratton engine. It is the model 12A566 November 063 is the Troy-Bilt number. This is the engine number. It's a 2003 engine as well. And we're going to discuss the governor spring and the air cleaner gasket at the same time. So, as you recall, when I got this in the group of 3, the handle was folded down and both brake bars and front wheel drive bars were sitting here on the deck. So I went ahead and put these in place where they need to go. I've got a clip here. We're going to fuel it and try to start it. I went ahead and double bolted each leg of the handle because this side was actually way out here. So I bolted it and pulled it back into the track. This thing was moving up and down, so now we got a solid handle on both sides. I went ahead and took the recoil off, degreased the engine. You remember this bungee cord here was holding the tank in place. Cleaned out the tank, cleaned the carburetor. What else? Checked the plug. I took the front wheel drive cover off and got rid of all the debris here and oiled up the cable for the front wheel drive. I took each wheel off, oiled up each wheel. There was some stiffness in the drive cable. What I did to eliminate that, I nearly had to bring the cable way up here to get it to engage. So I just took a piece of wire here and put it halfway up the spring, wrapped it around here, and took out some of the play in the spring to give it more pull. I think there's still maybe a little bit of rust buildup in the cable. When I had the cover off, I was messing with it, watching the action of the lever here, and it was barely moving. So I took a little bit of slack out of that spring, and now I think we're engaging a little bit better. Did not do an oil change. Don't know if it's going to start, and didn't touch the blade. So I'll show you the fuel that came out of it. Fuel had a lot of debris in it. But I didn't see any water here in the pickle jar. Just maybe old fuel. And like I said, there was some debris floating around in the fuel. So let's fuel it, see if it primes. I'll bring you down there with a light. We can check the emulsion tube, see if it's puking up non-ethanol fuel. This is still a double turd unit. I haven't changed my mind. I still need the hardware here for the tank. I got to steal that off of another machine. I didn't get the 3 screws when I got this thing. and no beauty ring cover. So that should be enough to get this to start. Let me bring you down with a light. Hopefully I can do all this with 2 hands. You can see the brass tube. I'll try to stick my light where you can see the brass tube, and I'll start priming. Okay, great priming. You see that? It's really puking up that fuel. So we're good on that. So all we got to do is pull and go, cross our fingers. I'll throw a new air filter on it for the heck of it. Quality aftermarket filter. I'm being facetious. We'll cross our fingers that it fits. It's got good fit and finish. While we're at it, let's discuss the governor spring before we try starting this. So the spring that was on it was this one here, and it was kind of tweaked out. I just put it in this used Stens bag. Kind of tweaked out here at the end, so I decided to change it. Somebody had been in here. I noticed a few things were off. Wasn't put back the way it should have been, and let me bring you down there. When I got it, the governor spring actually was hooked out here somewhere. It doesn't belong out here. It goes on the larger loop here. So the new one is correct. You put it in the middle loop of the linkage. It comes out to this larger size hole here. It does not go out here anywhere. So when it starts, I may have to adjust the idle. I'm not sure how it's going to idle. And in order to do that, you just stick a needle nose in here and bring this tab to the front of the engine to increase RPMs. I've got a feeling we may be low on RPMs because they had this thing tweaked around the corner and hooked up out there somewhere. So that turned out pretty good. You had heard the low RPMs. I just took the needle nose, put it in the loop here, and pulled this tab to the front of the engine and increased RPMs. Front wheel drive engaged. Mr. Cluck can attest to that. He was standing right there. So not a bad $10 double turd. Fired off on the second pull, so that was good. Little bit of vibration. I'm going to check the a blade, or it could be something under there that's loose. Felt a little rattly. So this thing turned out okay. So let's discuss a couple of things. The air filter backing plate gasket, $795,629 for one of these. And then the governor spring, what I just showed you. I bought a couple of Sten's brand. Their number is 490404. But the original Briggs number is 699056, and Sten's actually puts the original number here on the packaging, 699056. I kind of mess with Chinese aftermarket springs, and more often than not, the tension wouldn't be right, and I would mess with the unit forever and ever trying to get it to run right. So I started going with better quality. You want to buy Briggs & Stratton original equipment, or Sten's is a good aftermarket. I recommend Sten's stuff. They make all kinds of replacement products for the small engine and lawn equipment industry, genuine replacement parts. So that's that. This is a 21-inch 675 Quantum style. And that's your engine number, the 125 Kilo 020243 Echo 1. So this will be a good one. We got action on the front wheel drive, and yes, I will sell them with those well-used tires. I won't put any more money into this. This will be a low-budget self-propelled unit. People come out and beat me up on pricing. I can show them this bargain basement unit. It starts and moves, and it'll do a cutting job. So I just got to remove the bungee. But first, I'm getting a little parched talking to you. It's time for a little bit of sweet tea in an old mason jar. So hold on. Okay, now we're ready to rock. So I greased up the rear wheels. I had those off. Put some oil on those. Both of these were off. I greased up the gears. So I think I did a good job of maintenance so far. Blades next, and an oil change. Oil is well used. It needs an oil change. I got to get the 3 screws for the tank here. Bolt this down securely so I don't have to get that bungee cord back in here. Remove the double turds. Put those on another project. I may need those soon. And if you wanted to know the serial number, if you can see that, I'll list it in the description below. Anyway, so another one of the $10 units here we got fixed, the 3 for $30. So I'm kind of happy with this one. A little bit of messing around, we got it to function. I'm happy about it. It'll go in the ready pile. Sold a couple of units yesterday. Just a couple of standard pushers. Haven't really been pushing the self-propelled, but I'll start pushing those next. It's still kind of early in the season, but we're getting a lot of rain, so the grass is going to be picking up the pace here very soon. I think that's all I got for you. Minimal effort on this governor spring, that gasket, some fresh fuel air filter. This didn't take much. Just a carb clean and got this thing up and running. I thought it was a basket case when I first got it. It looked terrible with the tank hanging off, but those initial looks were deceiving. We were able to do something with this thing. Have a good day. Tip your waitress and wait staff. Thanks for coming out. We'll cluck at you next time.